Welcome to Hello Monday, where Rachel talks all things ballet and fitness, sharing strategies and techniques to help you start, grow, and create a thriving business using your passion for ballet and fitness. And here's your host, Rachel Withers.
Hello, hi, I'm Rachel Withers and welcome to my weekly live stream, Hello Monday, where every Monday at 7 p.m. I'm talking about all that is ballet and fitness, and I'm sharing strategies and techniques to help you grow your fitness business. And really how to start a fitness business and really build that incredible and profitable business using your passion for ballet and fitness. Well, what I thought tonight is I would actually talk about overcoming procrastination, because I think we can all tend to have that habit of putting things off. So I thought it'd be a really good live stream tonight to talk about procrastination. So what would be absolutely great if you could say hello in the comments box, tell me where you're from, and that would be just lovely. So as always, give me feedback, tell me all about what what you want to know, what you want to get from BalletBeFit and what we do. So please, as always, love to know who I'm talking to. So please say hello in the comments box. Right. So welcome to all of you for joining me tonight, unless perhaps you're putting off work, but no, seriously, no, welcome all of you for joining me tonight on this live stream, which is all about procrastination. So I'm sure really you're eager to learn tricks for curbing procrastination. It's a tendency that really does actually live in all of us. So it's something that we can all really benefit from, is taking a look at it every now and then and really understanding how to curb procrastination. I'm a former dancer and I'm an entrepreneur, or fitpreneur as I like to call it, and both roles really require a lot of work and self-discipline, and I really help others as well really master their personal empowerment and business strategies to really help them map their paths to success. And one of the biggest roadblocks standing in the way of our boldest dreams is certainly the beast, which is procrastination. And you know the one. It may, she may show up at your door before, you have to write that difficult email. She may convince you to close your computer and make a cup of tea instead. Procrastination may lure you over to the sofa to prop your feet up and abandon that to-do list. We've all had, tea with procrastination, really, and it isn't. I don't believe it's just me. And of course, this clever beast is it's actually our minds. It's a delaying action in exchange for a bit of sweet, instant gratification. And our mind is very clever. We just need to check in to ensure it's working for us rather than against us. And our minds play this trick even when it comes to things we love the most. As a young dancer, I could put off rehearsing a difficult bit of choreography by fixing my leotard, or doing my hair, or doing a step that I knew I actually really had nailed. And I love to dance absolutely more than anything, but sometimes the things we love the most can come up with their own tricky form of procrastination. Now, these days, working from home, as a lot of us are, has its temptations as well. And does that really kind of sound familiar to anyone? Anyone who's here, just, tell me a little bit. Tell me if you're, doing that procrastination at the moment, putting a few things off. Great to hear from you and hear what you're putting off, what you can tend to miss doing or just avoid doing. You might, the washing machine's around, so you might as well, you think about it, you'll throw that load of laundry in before sitting down to do your work, because you think, oh, I'll do this first. So you convince yourself really that the laundry is a higher priority. And Author Mark Twain, he said, never put off till tomorrow what can be done the day after tomorrow just as well. And after all, there's nothing more motivating than that sense of panic that hits you just before a deadline, right? But if this scenario sounds familiar to you, you're likely to know that procrastination panic cycle is not a fun and it isn't a fulfilling cycle or lifestyle. It doesn't actually feel good, and it can have negative effects on both your personal and your professional life. Hi Jean, good to have you. Good to have you here. Hi Deborah, glad you're on here for these two, and you finally got chance to join us. And Lisa, you're saying you're guilty of procrastination. Yes, I think we all are, and it is. We just put off those things. We just think, oh, I'll do that before I do this. Yeah, I'll do the laundry, or I'll just have a look at my social media. I'll just have a look at messages before we maybe do that deadline, that task that we need to do. So it's really important to really think about making your mind work for you, and really we're going to be talking about tips and techniques really to avoid and solve procrastination. And as an American entrepreneur, Victor Kiam once said, procrastination is opportunity's assassin. And I think that is really a very strong quote there. In your professional life, procrastination may lead it really will lead to missed opportunities, and it'll damage your and possibly damage to your reputation or self-sabotage. And in your personal life, procrastination really can actually affect your well-being. If you spend 3 days putting off an unpleasant errand that you need to run, those 3 days you really spend agonizing over the chore and not fulfilling, not really enjoying your life on other things. So don't spend that time agonizing over that chore. Just do it, really, because this is not only is it frustration, but procrastination also really does increase stress levels, and chronic stress raises adrenaline and the cortisol levels in the body, which can lead to anxiety, sleep difficulties, heart problems, and further health problems. So as actually intense as that may sound, it makes sense. If you had a toothache and you procrastinate making a dentist appointment, the problem, well, it's only going to get worse, isn't it? And if you procrastinate about doing the dishes, what is the sink going to happen? It's just going to be full or even get fuller in the morning. So now, sometimes we think procrastination as part of human nature, but have you ever stopped to ask yourself why we behave this way? Why do we let the beast of procrastination in the first place? Maybe just have a think about that and put your thoughts in your comment box, in the comments box, and just let me know what why we think we let the beast of procrastination actually in the first place. Hi Kate, great to have you here too. Lovely to have you joining us. So let me know what you think about procrastination. I don't think it's laziness. It's not laziness. It's psychological. We all experience what is called as task aversion. When we consider a task to be difficult, tedious, or painful, we have a hard time coping with the stress this causes. So we decide to put it off to appease our nervous systems temporarily. But of course, this approach really ultimately backfires, because it leaves us, as I've just mentioned a little bit earlier in this, really even more stressed than if we'd actually gotten on and got an early start with it. But over time, we inadvertently actually train ourselves to repeat this behavior. We can actually become world-class procrastinators, and the cycle will just continue and continue. Deborah, glad to hear on these. Fear, not good enough, maybe, afraid of failure. Yes, Jean, I think it's all of that. We get that, oh, that fear and afraid of failure, that perhaps we're not good enough, and it's that stress level and that anxiety that we might find it a little bit too difficult to do. But actually, if we get on with it, we're actually going to feel better that that we've actually started to put the task and actually get on with it, and we're removing those anxiety levels and stress that we're actually thinking about, of, you know, that, our confidence levels, as you say, Kate, and putting off the thought of failure, not being able to achieve. So we really need to overcome that cycle of putting off, because actually we're going to feel even worse if we put it off and don't do it than actually if we just take the action and get on with the task in hand. So we kind of are beginning to understand why we procrastinate, because it actually becomes a cycle. But how do we get over that challenge and develop a more productive behaviours? How do we turn into efficient machines that aren't tempted by that ever-tempting distraction, putting off, avoiding it? So that brings us now on to really kind of the solutions. And Mark Twain has another quote for this. He once said, "If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first." He really was pretty smart. No, we're not going to be eating any frogs today or tonight. But what he means by this, he means to tackle the most unpleasant tasks, the ones that you might actually have fear about, head on. And you'll never want to eat a frog, but if it's your job to do so, then it's best just actually crack on with it. That way you can put it behind you and you can swiftly move on with your day. So it really is about eating that frog. So if you've gotten used to inviting procrastination, as we spoke about, to tea, it is really time to stop doing that. And there are plenty more better things that we can do and opt for instead, rather than having procrastination for tea. So if you get all of your pleasant tasks done quickly, you may actually have the time to really do something that you enjoy and really enjoy yourself a little bit more. So it really is important to get rid of the tasks that you don't like doing first, so that you have that more time to do the things that you do enjoy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break down my go-to strategies for curbing procrastination. And can you guess when the best time to implement these is? It's not tomorrow, it's now. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to dig in to my breakdown go-to strategies for curbing procrastination. Is actually find your why. Take some time to self-analyze and get to grips with your reason for procrastination. Are you delaying actions because you're afraid, which is what we spoke about? Is it because you're afraid of failure? Or is perhaps because you're a perfectionist and you know starting a project will mean slaving over it for hours until you're satisfied with the result? Maybe you're simply avoiding the discomfort of it all. Whatever your reason for procrastinating, whatever it is, it does not compare to your why. Your why is the core reason why you need to do the unpleasant task or the difficult activity in the first place. So, for example, I'll give you this example. Your why for exercising may be to gain more energy and feel happier in your skin. Your why for making that dreaded phone call may be to generate more growth in your business. Gain the ability to look past your reason for procrastinating and set your sights on your why. This will help you orient towards long-term goals and keep your vision keep your vision crystal clear on the path to achieving them. So you really need to think about, what is your why? Perhaps in the message box, let's hear what your whys are, why you're doing what you're doing, so you can just really keep focused and really think about your goal. So when you think about putting something off, whether that's your fitness routine, whether that's doing something in your business to scale it up, whether that's really building those exercise classes, building your BalletBeFit classes, put in your why. And then whenever you think about kind of that, oh, I don't want to do that, always think of your why. And that really, it really will help kick, procrastination to the curb. But it will also help generate more success in your endeavors. And Simon Sinek wrote a book called, actually, Find Your Why, a practical guide for discovering purpose for you and your team. In it, he shares how your why can cut out all the sidetracking and the fluff our minds conjure up. And he says here, 2 ways to build a career or a business. We can go through life hunting and pecking, looking for opportunities or customers, hoping that something connects. Or we can go through life with intention, knowing what our peace looks like, knowing our why, and going straight to the places we fit. Now, I just think that that's actually kind of an amazing quote there. And, we really should go through life with intention, really knowing what our peace looks like, knowing our why, and really going to the places that, that we fit with and what will work for us. So really think about your why. Getting clear on your core values and intentions sends you to the top of the pack. You'll be much less tempted to procrastinate because the path is clear and you're driven directly towards that finish line. And with your why at the top of your mind, you'll be able to stop letting your thoughts convince you to choose comfort. And part of the discomfort we feel when, delaying difficult tasks is the uncertainty we feel surrounding our paths. Let your why override that uncertainty with a clear-cut answer. Write it down and tape it up on the wall so that you actually don't, you're never going to forget your why. My why is that I want to treat my body well. I want to be a strong female role model for my children. I want to use my skills to, build something bigger than myself and help women all over the world to do the same. So that's my why. So let's really see, and really look at procrastination, and let's really kick it into touch. So my next strategy is to stop building it up. We often make things seem a lot worse than they will be. Whether we view a task as dull, challenging, or simply inconvenient, giving in to these thoughts puts us off the task even more. And the more time we spend paying attention to these thoughts, the more power they have over us. The more time you spend agonizing over that phone call, the more impossible it actually will be to convince yourself to dial that number. And meditation teacher and author Alan Locos wrote, "Don't believe everything you think. Thoughts are just that, thoughts." And this is great to remember because our brains, they're really clever, right? They're very good at convincing us all of our thoughts are true and in desperate need of our attention. So that is really true. And just think about that. Let's see those comments coming in here. Have you been thinking about what your why is? Are you thinking about kind of really understanding and stop building procrastination up? Let's see those comments coming through, guys. Great to see all the feedback happening here. Lovely to see there. So keep those comments coming through. I'm just checking through here. Lovely to see them. Thank you. So we really do need to think about our thoughts, and Our thoughts aren't always true. And I bet you can think of an example in your own life where this really did play out. Have you ever felt so sure that you would fail at something? Maybe it was a presentation, or maybe it was delivering, your first ever BalletBeFit class, and you just thought it was going to be, just not great. And you built it up in your mind for months, and you nearly talked yourself out of it. Maybe it was starting your fitness business, and you really talked yourself out of it altogether. But once you pushed past that fear and you did it anyway, likely you didn't fail. Whether you let a deeper knowledge of your capability override, your fear, or you simply, kind of completed the task terrified, you did it. And there's no need to waste time building it up in your mind, because in the end, you are capable of the things you set out to do. So when you feel thoughts building, really building up in your mind about a task, I want you to try something. Learn to catch yourself in your thought building cycle and pivot towards action. Rather than asking yourself how you feel about the task, try asking yourself, what needs to be done today? Answer the question in a matter-of-fact sort of way, and don't spend too much time dwelling on your feelings surrounding the task. If the task needs to be done for you to move towards your goals, hop to it. Let your body do the work of getting it done, and don't indulge your thoughts too much. So don't indulge, in your thoughts. Don't let them build up. And Kate's just said, my why is to keep my body healthy and to help others to be healthy. Just going through a diagnosis of a chronic illness, and the specialist told me that dancing all my life has probably saved me from being worse than I am. That was said to me I'm just looking a bit more. That was said to me last week, and it's really given me a drive and ambition to do this for me. Well, Kate, that is just an absolutely truly incredible to hear. And I'm so pleased to hear that dance has really really kind of saved you from being much worse than you am. I hope that you're going to be absolutely fine with everything. I'm sure you will be, and it's given you the drive and the ambition to do this for you, which that's such an incredible why. And thank you for being so open and sharing that with us, Kate. That means a lot. So that's just, thank you, Kate, for sharing that with us. So there's your why, as Kate's shared her why so beautifully with us. And then there's not building up those thoughts. Just get on and do it, and don't indulge your thoughts too much. So what is my next step? Well, my next step is start breaking it down. If the task seems too huge to begin, then break it down into smaller tasks and make it bite-sized. Smaller tasks feels far more achievable, so they take less less convincing for to act on. And instead of writing in your planner that you need to clean the house, write one or two chores that you can reasonably accomplish within 5 to 10 minutes. And you may simply write, organize the spice rack. It's that, and I'm using that as an example, but it really is breaking it down into bite-sized tasks, so it doesn't seem quite as daunting for you. And Louise, until now, I've been procrastinating becoming an instructor. I was worried I didn't look like a dancer and anymore and would be judged. And Louise, I know that you're doing an incredible job. You're loving the whole experience of being an instructor, and I'm sure you'll put in the comments box that absolutely you would say to anybody, don't procrastinate, act, do what you want to do. If it's becoming an instructor, act upon it and do it. I know you're absolutely loving the journey and so excited to then add value and make a contribution to other people's lives being an instructor. And as we all know, in the BalletBeFit family, the whole ethos of being an instructor and actually instructing other women is that it is about accessibility. It is for absolutely everyone. And then we've got Deborah here. Deborah's why is building a healthy body, mind and spirit, bringing them together. Absolutely. Knowing that I'm not on the, knowing I'm not the most flexible, but knowing with the practice I can build flexibility, and by sharing this with others, and that others can believe in themselves too. And that is just so, so true, and build a wellness and strength in themselves too. And that's it. It is just, okay, I think I'm live again. I think we lost connection there through streaming. So sorry about that, guys. We were talking about not taking action, putting something off because of fear. We've got some incredible comments coming through. Yes, we did lose the signal. Hopefully we're all back on again right now. Louise is saying she felt exceptionally welcomed and comfortable with the BalletBeFit team members, and not to, she doesn't worry about it anymore, and she's feeling focused on her why, and it's not only for her health but for others as well, and I can help them on my, I can help on my journey too now. Anyone thinking of joining, do it, honestly. Thank you, Louise, for sharing that. These are just, just great comments, and it's just so nice to see that you are doing your why. You have taken that action. It's just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to move on to the next step, which we started to talk about, which was breaking it down. And I said, I mentioned about, that doing the spice rack, organizing the spice rack, doing, little tasks, so it doesn't seem as overwhelming. And the task, the task, when you're breaking it down, it doesn't capture the entirety of what needs to be done, but it does offer something that can be done now, and you'll have a much harder time talking yourself out of a task that takes 5 minutes. And once you, like I was using the house as an example, once you're in the kitchen, you may see 1 or 2 more doable tasks that you can tackle as well. And it's that example. Once you get going on it, you can say, oh, I can tackle that, I can deal with that. And it is that similar approach. If you struggle to, it's like if you struggle to convince your child to clean the room, maybe cleaning the whole room absolutely sounds completely overwhelming to them, and it's just something that, but if you offer kind of like, a bucket or something where they can throw the toys in, the steps start to feel more manageable, and it's a lot more straightforward. And it truly is all about coaxing your brain to work by making things feel less overwhelming and bite-sized, so it's easier to conceptualize. Our minds are really like that. It's just like a child. If your brain likes something, it's more likely to cooperate with it. So it's really thinking like that. And the next thing is it's now time to actually motivate yourself. And this could mean thinking about what great things will happen once you've done the task. Perhaps you'll make a big sale. Perhaps you'll learn something new. Perhaps you'll actually really help support other people. Really do something that makes a difference. And this could also mean picturing how you'll feel once the task is completed. Think about how good it'll feel to have it done at the end of the day, and get specific. After you finish, you can go home, or if you're still in the home, but you can relax. You can curl up on the sofa and prop your feet up, knowing you did what you set out to do. Learn what motivates you and use that to your advantage. Procrastinating may feel good in the short term, but what would feel better in the long term? You can even set up some healthy rewards to enjoy when you're done. Are you motivated by the idea of reading on the sofa? Would a yoga class, a BalletBeFit class, or a trip to the cinema be a nice treat after all your hard work? You could even plan, going on a walk, a hike, a day trip with friends as a reward for accomplishing a bigger task. You know what you enjoy better than anyone, so use that knowledge to motivate yourself. Louise, you're saying, yes, setting small achievable goals always helps me. Realistic ones you can meet and feel good about. Absolutely. So that is just so bite size, and then look at what motivates you. So really think about, oh, I've got that task done, so I can do this. So really think about that as well. And then my next thing is to try starting small. Promise yourself you will do just 5 minutes of the task. How many minutes at the gym is enough, time to convince you to go? Maybe you just lace up your shoes and walk for 5 minutes if it's an exercise that's an issue for you on the, on the treadmill or out on a walk, and then just leave. And it might sound a bit silly, but it's better than not going at all. It's better than doing nothing. Convince yourself to begin by making a mental agreement to complete the most minimal amount of the task, just enough to get started. Then once you've started, you may find it easier than you thought, and you may even end up doing more than you even set out to do. And this approach is a win-win. If you walk for 5 minutes, if we're using that example, you've still got your walk in. You've curbed procrastination, and you've also kept a promise to yourself. Over time, this will build confidence and help you realise that you're capable enough to tackle each unpleasant task that comes your way. You can even set a timer if you can do that, and just start by setting a timer and doing it that way. So you really are just doing it, not breaking a promise to yourself. And your brain really will be more focused and ready to continue a bit longer if you've said, oh, I've done that 5 minutes. You really have begun to do it. Now the task really will be even easier to return to for another 5 minute session. And this is an alignment with my next bit of advice as well. And a crucial step, and it really is a crucial step, is to set a realistic time frame and make yourself accountable. Maybe you've heard of the concept SMART goals. This is a useful tool for accomplishing goals for many reasons, and a key component is that goals should be time-based. It stands for specific, measurable, assignable, relevant, and time-based. You should have a specific deadline, even if the goal isn't necessarily due to anyone other than yourself. If you're an entrepreneur, fitpreneur, it can be tricky to hold yourself accountable when no one else is looking over your shoulder to ensure you finish a task. But marking your calendar with a specific time frame will help you instill a sense of urgency. If you want to, you've got something to do. Say you actually, kind of wanted to write a book, but you don't have a deadline or an amount of time you want to commit each day. It will be harder for you to get that book written. And I just want to kind of use that as an example. If you find it challenging to hold yourself accountable, tell a few people about your goal and ask them to support you. Tell them about your small, measurable goals and your time frame, and ask them whether they think it's realistic. Ask them to hold you accountable by checking in once a day or once a week. When you have other people checking up on your progress, you may feel more of an incentive to get the work done. And now accomplishing the task will not only make you proud, but it will make the people in your life proud too. The idea feels good to us and helps motivate us. And this approach will likely encourage the people you've enlisted as accountability partners as well. Collaborating in this way can strengthen your bonds and motivate your loved ones to act on their dreams. And your example is really inspiring others. Now, there's nothing more motivating than that. And Rihanna's joined us, and she's getting amazing feedback from her participants on the BalletBeFit, and it always motivates me to focus on consistently planning classes that are effective and enjoyable. Thank you for sharing that with us, Rihanna. That's absolutely lovely. So thank you. I am so pleased that you are getting amazing feedback from your attendees, from your participants. Thank you for that. So really, you can, nothing is more motivating and when you're inspiring others. So really think about that. And then the next thing is, when you're setting yourself up for success, planning is key. Building a schedule of the day or days or the week's tasks. Put the hard stuff in the most productive time. For Mark Twain, that meant eating frogs in the morning. Maybe you have the most energy after lunch. Begin by observing your energy levels throughout the day and make a note of when you're most productive. Start planning your day around these times, slotting in the most challenging tasks during your high energy times. You can set this up to work well for you. If you love making lists, you can write tasks into your planner with tick boxes next to them. Throughout your day, tick the boxes of the tasks as you complete them. It will be satisfying, and I tell you, it really is, to tick these boxes as you go through your day. I just love ticking off the boxes and the tasks when I've completed. You can even make notes as to what works and what doesn't work. Maybe one day you plan your harder task first thing in the morning. Then later you realise that you're still tired at this time and you're unable to get the job done. Don't see it as a failure. See it as a useful information to make your planning even better. You may learn that at 10 in the morning works best for you for your challenging tasks. When you start paying attention to these things throughout the day, you can build smarter plans. I was only talking this morning, we had our final day of the BalletBeFit bootcamp, and I was just saying that exercise for me, I truly find that if I do my exercise first thing in the morning, I know that I've done my exercise, and all the other things that can sometimes creep into the day don't stop me from doing my exercise. So I know that I've got that commitment and I do that, and that's part of my routine, is making sure that I've exercised first thing. And it's working out where your energy levels are, what your pattern is, and really planning around that so that you make yourself really be as productive as you possibly can. And these smarter plans and the planning will help you curb your procrastination, which is often associated with low energy levels, and it really is. So, and plus over time, you may become less tempted to procrastinate and more tempted to tick off those boxes. So start to do it. It really is quite satisfying. And another procrastination buster is to disconnect. Emails and notifications are designed, as I said earlier, social media, to distract us. Studies show that any type of push notification is just as distracting as receiving a phone call. This is true even if we ignore the notification. It still disrupts our work. Send out of our productivity. It is difficult for all of us to avoid checking emails and social media, but developers have intentionally designed their products that way. But it's worth disconnecting to decrease this temptation to procrastinate. Apps and other digital products are more successful the more time you spend on them. But what about your success? And there are actually apps there that you can use to help you disconnect. And if you're using a web browser, you can find software to help you block, distracting web pages if you choose to, and notifications. And if worse comes to worse, you can just put your phone in a drawer to the side for a while when you're really on a task, to really, keep yourself focused. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad you're liking planning your time around your highest energy levels. Thanks, Jean. I'm glad you're liking the tip too, and that you're thinking about a planner. It is so helpful. And if you really align it with your energy levels, you'll find you can do your tasks far more efficiently. But so thanks for sharing that with me, guys. I really appreciate it. And as I say, when we're talking about distractions, put that phone in the drawer. Really put it in the drawer for a while. Set up a designated time during the day that you check your emails, you check your social media, or the other web pages that that can often distract you during the workday. That way you really will be less inclined to check these things whenever you feel the urge to procrastinate. Schedule in a block of time for responding to emails. You can even inform clients or co-workers, whatever, that you will respond to emails at these designated times throughout the day. Not only will this help you stay focused, but your colleagues, whoever you work with, they're really going to appreciate knowing exactly when you're available, and your clients will as well, exactly when you're available to communicate with them. We're all tempted by those, kind of pesky red notification icons, and you're likely already aware of your weaknesses when it comes to tech-related distractions. Choose an approach that works for you, and make sure that the internet is a tool you use to achieve your dreams, not a distraction delaying your success. And that is really important. And okay, here, what my final trick, and this may surprise you, is give up. Yeah, really, honestly, sometimes if a task has dragged on and is turning into an absolute nightmare, sometimes it's just not meant to be done. Successful people know when to abandon an idea, or I'll look at it differently and find a solution. We do need BalletBeFit planners. I've just seen that come through, Louise. I'm going to get on that. That is something. Team, can we make a note that we're going to get some BalletBeFit planners sorted? I think we'll try and get that done. It is a new year soon, Kate, isn't it? So let's try and get it's perfect excuse for a new planner. So I'm going to try and have one of my tasks is to get a BalletBeFit planner out before the new year, so that you can all start with a complete planner to help you build your businesses in the new year. So I'm going to be that's something that I will be working on, and guess what? I'll start on it right away. Well, I'll actually start on it tomorrow, but I will do that, Louise. I'll get on with doing a planner for you guys. But as I was just saying here, honestly, if it's really dragging on as a task, it's sometimes not quite the right idea or task, and you just might have to think of it slightly different, because just because you spent hours really on a project doing something, it doesn't mean you actually have to see it through. In fact, spending hours on something that just isn't working could actually be another form of procrastination. You don't want to give up because of the time you spend, and you're choosing another course of action actually might seem quite daunting. However, learning when it's time, I wouldn't say quit, but when it's actually time to move forward in a different slight direction towards your goal will help you really work more efficiently. Next time it feels like you're getting nowhere on a project, ask yourself if it is the time to abandon that one. Don't worry about the time you spent, just think about the ways you can move faster towards your ultimate goal, and it might be slightly in a different path, slightly in a different direction. Remember, it may seem like highly successful people don't suffer from procrastination, but they do. The difference is they make sure to tackle unpleasant tasks head on. Successful people offer tips like making lists before bed, finding a solid reason for completing the task, or even meditating before getting to the tricky bits of your day. Everyone is different. So ultimately, the key is to take these tools that I've given you today and find ways that, and what works best for you, and apply it every day. So tonight, if you find yourself bathing the dog instead of working, or watching Netflix instead of writing your business plan, then take a moment to assess your situation. Find your why, calm your racing thoughts, and stop answering the door when the procrastination beast comes knocking. Take what works, leave the rest, and make sure you're always operating in alignment with your goals, and that is really important. So I hope that this live stream has helped you reconsider your next date with procrastination. Remember, you are capable of these behavior changes. Get your frogs eaten straight away, and the rest it really is a piece of cake. So I'll be back next week. Actually, I won't be back next week for a live stream because I'm actually doing some masterclasses. So I've got a masterclass next Monday, so I won't be able to do this live stream next week, but I will be back the following week. But really it is important. Together we can stay motivated, and really can, together we can stick to these strategies, and we can turn our dreams into reality. When you finally tame the procrastination beast, you'll realize you have the tools to get your mind back, back on what you need to do. And once your behaviors align with your values and goals, anything is truly possible. So as I say, I think we've covered procrastination for tonight. So I'm actually going to leave you with a bit of homework. Your homework is to eat one frog a day. And by that, I mean tackle the most unpleasant tasks and enjoy how good it feels to have it done. So that's what I'd like you to do for homework. And just before we go, what I'd like to say, Thanks, Louise. What I'd also like to say, right now, we still have some incredible Black Friday offers, which I believe are closing tomorrow. So please, I think the team will put the link in the comments box. Not only do I have incredible offers for those who are thinking of becoming a BalletBeFit instructor with, a great Jean, thank you for saying that you're loving the support that BalletBeFit offers. You are truly going to be an absolutely beautiful BalletBeFit instructor. I am so excited that you're part of the BalletBeFit family. Whatever support, as we were only talking about, I think it was on Sunday, what support that you need, we're always here at the BalletBeFit family to offer all of you instructors as much support as possible. We want you to be successful. We want you to get out there. We want you to add value to other people's lives. We want our whole ethos absolutely everywhere, that this, BalletBeFit is accessible. It's for everyone. And I'm just so appreciative of all of you that have made the choice to become a BalletBeFit instructor. Kate, you're going to be eating those frogs. That's great. As I say, guys, we've got some great black, if I can say it. I know it's not Black Friday anymore, but we have some great Black Friday offers. Instructors, great offer for you. It comes with a discount and some incredible bonuses. So check that out. The link's there. Check it out. Also for you, those guys who are instructors, we have a lesson pack that has 5 lessons in it. It has a planner with a suggested playlist. The class is all recorded for you, so you can follow the exercises, so you can do more of what you love, which is taking the classes, really supporting people. So I've done that for you. There's a lesson pack, and I've also said for anybody who wants a call with me to discuss their business, as if you are an instructor, you just have to send a message to the team, and we'll organise a 30-minute one-to-one with me where we can discuss where you want to go, where your strategies are with your fitness business. So that's another one for our instructors. But not only that, I also have an incredible new program called Master Your Fitpreneur Mind, which is really designed to offer up the tools and strategies really to make you succeed, well, actually in any endeavour which you choose to do. Because we've obviously been talking about procrastination today. I fully believe a shift in your mindset is all it actually takes to transform your personal and your professional life. And this program really will show you how a bit of mental growth can really expand your horizons and really take you further on your path to pursue and follow your dreams and follow your passion. I'd just like you to do this just before we go. I'd like you to picture a glass which is half full of murky water, and there's a tap above it, and that tap is dripping 1 drop of water into the glass, say every 30 seconds. What happens to that water over time? Well, the murkiness, it begins to fade. It's not noticeable at first, but soon you'll actually see a difference. The water gets lighter and lighter, and eventually it becomes clear. And that's really how this new program works. It's exactly how Master Your Fitpreneur Mind works, because what we do with this program, it's a constant spaced repetition process that changes you from the inside out. So you are designing your life from the inside out. It's really going to move your thinking onto a completely higher frequency that guarantees your success. And you're going to actually love the information that you'll be receiving through this program. And what you get with this program is you get a monthly success kit and workbook. You get that every single month, and you also get 2 weekly success videos, which are delivered by myself, which all this will really help you progress towards your goals and your dreams and your why. And in the workbook, you're given short exercises as well, really to stir you into action so that you start developing habits that, as I say, will move you towards your goal, move you nearer to your why, as we've been talking about procrastination tonight. So the objective of Master Your Fitpreneur Mind is to really help you think and act differently and show you how to grow into your purpose and your goals. And the amazing thing with this program, and it's on the Black Friday offer, is that, as I say, you get a monthly success kit workbook. Every single week you will get 2 success videos which are delivered by myself, which you can access in the private members area of this program. And this program is only, and we've done it in dollars because for everybody who wants to purchase it, is only $5 a month, which works out, I think, about £3.94 a month, which, what's that? Hey, it's a cup of coffee. So you can get a program that is really going to help you shift your mindset and align you and your frequency towards your goals. So check that out. And with the Black Friday offer for this, if you sign up, you get the first 30 days for absolutely free. This really is a program that is going to help you think and act completely differently and really show you how to grow into your purpose and goals. So check the link out, the Black Friday link, it's on there. And for £3.94, it's absolutely, completely and utterly a no-brainer. So please check that out. It's going to help you if you're a BalletBeFit instructor or you have another form of fitness practice. It will really help you develop your mindset so you achieve what you truly want to achieve in your business, in your classes, and also Jean, you've purchased today and you're looking forward to this. Thank you, Jean. You're really going to absolutely love it. It's going to really support you in developing. The success videos will really guide you and stir you into action and move you where you need to be in your new endeavours. And I'm so excited that you're part of the BalletBeFit family. We're going to support you every bit of the way. And for £3.94, who wouldn't buy a program that's actually going to help you achieve your goals? So cup of coffee. So don't procrastinate, everybody. Get on, take action and sign up for that. So I'm going to wrap up now. As always, you can find out more about what we do in BalletBeFit in this Facebook group, the Bally Fitness Room, or you can check out our website, balletbefit.co.uk. But we tend to announce everything in this Bally Fitness Room, what we're up to, what we're doing. So thanks for joining me today, and I really do look forward to seeing you. Well, actually, it won't be next week, as I say, because I've got a masterclass on the following week. And have an amazing week. Don't procrastinate. Check out some of those offers, because honestly, they're really going to help you move to where you want to do and really make you find your purpose, help you achieve your why. So take care of everybody. That's it tonight for Hello Monday, and I look forward to, as I say, seeing you in 2 weeks' time. And remember, do your homework, eat that one frog every single day. And thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Hello Monday. Be sure to visit the Ballet Fitness Room to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.